Hey guys, Mr. B here again. Hopefully I didn't get cut off at the beginning there. Um, Today I'm going to be giving you a math video on finding the domain of a log function. So I'm just going to kind of make up a few examples here, and we're going to just sort of find the domain. So let's say I have a log function. It might sort of look like this. So 2 log base 5, and then I have 2x minus 5 plus 7. So this is sort of like transformational form. I don't know if you want to call it that, but some people might call it standard form. It all depends on what course you do, what curriculum it is. But this form lends itself well to a mapping rule. So if I need to find the domain of this guy, what I have to think about for log functions is that what's inside my log has to be greater than 0. So this part inside my log must be greater than 0. Not greater than or equal to 0. Cannot be 0. It has to be greater than, or it has to be greater than 0. So we take what's inside and very simply set it greater than 0. And then we have to solve for x. So we have something like, add 5 to both sides, so I get 2x is greater than 5, and divide both sides by 2. So we get x is greater than 5 over 2. So that's what the domain of this guy is. So a lot of times you might do this when you're stating the restrictions of a log function, and that happens. But that's how you find a domain. Let's do another example. So there is one more case that we kind of have to be aware of. So let me do this example. It's supposed to be a dot. Call it example 2. So y is equal to negative 5 log 3. And really, guys, these numbers I'm making up are totally irrelevant. Only thing that matters is what's inside. So let's say 3, negative 3, x plus 1, bracket, minus 8. So again, I take what's inside and set it greater than or greater than 0, not greater than or equal. So 3, negative 3, x plus 1 is greater than 0. So what I need to do is I need to get rid of this 3. Now the rule is when I divide, I need to divide both sides by negative 3 in order to get rid of it. So when I divide by a negative, I have to switch the sign. So as soon as I divide, I switch the sign. So all I did was divide both sides by negative 3, and I don't want to write it here because then this step is incorrect, so that's why I just should have jumped to this one. So I divided both sides by negative 3, and that eliminates it. Now I switch my signs. So now I can subtract 1 from both sides, and I have x is less than 1. Or negative 1, sorry. Eraser. Let's try that again, hey? Don't want to be too messy. So x is less than negative 1. So you can see when we have a negative in front of our x, or the x is subtract x, be really careful. You have to make sure you're going to end up flipping the sign. So this would correspond to your b value. So if your b value is negative, if this is a log b x minus h plus k, that's how my students would know it. That's like the the mapping form, transformational form, I don't know what you want to call it. This would be your b value. So if you have a reflection in the y-axis, then you have to make sure that you flip the sign, the inequality sign. Alright guys, I hope this sort of figures out how you can find the domain of a log function. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe if you find this video useful. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in class.